Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're diving into something called wisdom fusion. It's this powerful idea for sparking those sudden, massive breakthroughs in your skills and your understanding. We've distilled some really fascinating source material for you on this one.
Okay, so let me ask you something. Do you believe that getting better at something is always this slow, steady, uphill battle? Because that's what we're always told, right? But what if that's just not true? What if real, game-changing growth looks completely different?
You see, the sources we looked at point to a totally different picture. Real growth? It isn't some nice, gentle curve. Nope, it looks a lot more like this. You're on this long, flat plateau. You're working, you're trying, but it feels like you're going nowhere. And then, bam, out of nowhere, this sudden vertical explosion of progress.
So what on earth causes that kind of breakthrough? Well, the source material has this awesome name for it, the dynamite effect. And yeah, it's as powerful as it sounds. Let's dig into what it actually is.
Now, what's really interesting about the dynamite effect is that it's not about grinding harder or putting in more hours. It's about something smarter. It's about consciously connecting the dots between all the things you've already done and learned. And the key, the absolute trigger for making that connection, it's a simple, consistent habit: reporting.
Let me give you a great example from our sources. There was this gamer, right, in a super competitive online game, and people actually called him clumsy. So what did he do? He didn't just play more, no way. He started documenting everything. We're talking hundreds of pages of logs. He graphed his own performance data, he analyzed every single move, and through that relentless reporting, he went from clumsy to literally the #1 player in the world. Insane, right? And it's not a one-off thing. We see the exact same pattern with someone learning German. For a while, they were stuck, really struggling. Then, after just 10 days of combining reading with some serious record-keeping, their progress just exploded. I mean, they went from being able to write only 3 German words on a page to writing 80. Think about that leap. That's not magic. That's what happens when you start integrating your experience through reporting. Okay, so if this reporting thing is so powerful, why isn't everyone doing it? Well, it usually comes down to one single massive roadblock: that terrifying blank page. You know the feeling. The crazy part is, the wisdom, the insights, they're already in your head. The problem, the friction, is just getting it out.
And this brings us to a really crucial mindset shift from the source material. This is key. We have to stop thinking of this as writing. Writing comes with all this pressure, right? It has to be perfect, polished. Forget all that. Think of it as just moving things. You're just moving an idea from inside your head to a physical space outside your head. That's it.
The whole goal here is to make thinking physical, even playful. Get your thoughts out of the prison of your mind and into the real world. Slap them on paper, on sticky notes, wherever. The moment you do that, the mental load just plummets, and you can start to actually play with your ideas, move them around, see them in a whole new light.
All right, so how do we actually do this? Let's get practical. The sources lay out 3 super simple, what I'd call writing-free tactics to make this physical thinking happen, and every single one is designed to help you sidestep that fear of the blank page.
First up, you've got the sticky note method. It's awesome because it basically turns your thoughts into a puzzle you can physically move around and solve. Then there's voice to text, just talking to your phone. You capture all your raw thoughts without that friction of having to type everything perfectly. And finally, the one-page map. You just divide a page into 8 boxes and dump your ideas in there, no pressure for it to be polished. You see the theme? In every case, you're using physical movement to spark new thinking.
Okay, so those are the tools. But now, let's put it all together into a really powerful daily ritual. Seriously, this is something you can start doing today. It only takes about 3 minutes, and it is the absolute engine of wisdom fusion.
But first, we need one more critical reframe. When you do this, you have to get it out of your head that you're creating a performance. You're not writing for an audience. The source material describes this beautifully. It's a private, sacred 3-way meeting. It's just you, your past self from yesterday, and the truth. That's all.
And at the heart of this ritual is this super simple template. Anytime you feel stuck, just answer these 3 little questions. Number 1, the fact. What actually happened? No story, no drama, just the truth. Number 2, the insight. What could this be connected to? You're just looking for little patterns. And number 3, the wisdom. So what will I do next? It's like making a small promise to your future self.
And you know, to stop this from ever feeling like a chore, the source suggests a simple language change. Don't call it reviewing. That sounds boring. Call it a treasure hunt. Every day, you're going on a little treasure hunt for those facts, insights, and wisdom gems that are hiding in your own experiences.
Because when you consistently capture these little treasures, just these 3 simple lines each day, you're doing something incredible. You're lighting a fuse. Every single entry is another piece of that dynamite we talked about. And eventually, it's going to trigger that massive vertical growth that we saw at the very beginning.
So when you boil it all down, this is so much more than just keeping a journal. It's about consciously fusing your experiences together to unlock the potential that, honestly, is already inside of you. That is the secret of wisdom fusion. So the only question left is, what door are you going to unlock first?